Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meat. I'm your host Chris, as usual. Been a lovely sunny week this week here in the UK. Long may it continue. Hope everyone is well. If you like what you see on the channel, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Would be fantastic. Help the channel out a great deal. On with the news. This week, Netflix dropped a teaser trailer for Love, Death and Robots Season 3. That's the animated anthology show on Netflix from Tim Miller, the Deadpool director, and obviously legendary Fight Club director, David Fincher. May the 20th, that hits. Love the first two seasons. There's something for everyone. They're quite short, animated episodes, not usually related or any real theme, just they're all sort of sci-fi. Some are very dark, some are very light, very funny, some are traditional animation, some are CGI. Lots of different styles. Really good. Love season one in particular, had some great stuff in it. Season two was pretty good. I think it was shorter. I don't know how many episodes there are in this season. I think, got a feeling it might be another shorter season. But yeah, May the 20th, that is. I dropped the trailer in the description below as normal. We also got a new trailer for Lightyear, the new Disney animated film that's coming this summer, starring Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear, but not the toy, but more the character that the toy is based on. And we get a more of a look at the story. There's some time travel shenanigans, and looks like he's gone through some sort of interstellar warp that means everyone else has sort of aged on 60 years and he hasn't. You can see Zurg, the villain, in the background in a few shots. And yeah, I mean, it looks gorgeous. It looks like a good, fun family adventure space movie, which is always good. I think that is definitely coming to the cinema, I believe. It's not going straight to Disney Plus like a lot of the last three Pixar films I have, I think. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that one. We also got a new poster for Ms. Marvel, the new MCU series, which is dropping. Will start on June the 8th on Disney Plus. Just gives us a bit more flavour of the series. I thought maybe we would get another trailer. Usually when you get a poster, a trailer usually turns up a few days later. But no, June the 8th that is, so not a long time to wait for that. Some good news this week as well on the Star Wars video game front. Amy Hennig, responsible for the absolutely awesome Uncharted games, and her Skydance studio. It was announced they're doing a new Star Wars story-led action adventure game, which is fantastic. This was in the offing before and got cancelled, as seems most Star Wars video games seem to do. But yeah, that's something's now back on track. No idea what the story is going to be, when it's going to be set, anything like that. But yeah, the Uncharted games for me are some of the greatest games, especially Uncharted 2, probably my favourite game of all time. Just some of the action sequences in it, and if they can bring that to Star Wars, yeah, we could be in for something great. I liked like Jedi Fallen Order. I did enjoy. It looks great. It's got some good bits. I found some of the levels a bit repetitive, and you've got to basically go somewhere and walk back the same way, and then later on in the game you'd go back to the same setting again and look for other things. Yeah, it was the story was pretty good. I felt it was a bit limited in that way. With Amy Hennig behind this new game, I look forward to. Obviously, video games take years and years to make, so who knows when we're going to see that. We'll definitely, I imagine, we should be getting a Jedi Fallen Order 2 announcement and trailer probably coming later this year. Oh yeah, some bad news. Netflix has been in the news because it's losing subscribers and its share price plummeted. But one of the casualties of that is they've radically cut back on their animation output. I think they've reshuffled, they've got rid of some of the executives in charge of their sort of animation department and cancelled a few projects, one of which being Bone, which I mentioned it as something I was looking forward to. I think probably way back in the first episode, actually, of this when I started the channel, and said we'll be following its development. And unfortunately, yeah, it's been a casualty of Netflix panicking and trying to save money. It's absolutely gutting because I was really looking forward to it. I think that's the third time the Bone's been in production with various companies. I think Nickelodeon it was up with once. I think Warner Brothers had a crack at it. And now it looked like Netflix was going to do it right. Their animation department do some good work, and instead of trying to squeeze it into a film to let the story flow across, even several seasons, maybe could have been absolutely epic. Say I've talked about Bone before. It is an absolutely fantastic comic book. It's trite to sum up to say it's the Smurfs meets Lord of the Rings, but it gives you it's a big fantasy epic starring some sort of Smurf like creatures amongst others. But by Jeff Smith, his ink work is fantastic. Artwork is gorgeous. It's funny. It's thrilling. It's sold millions of copies all around the world. I can't believe no one has adapted it yet, and now it looks like Netflix have chucked in the towel as well, which is a real shame. I hope, presumably, a load of work must have been done on it in the last year or so. So hopefully, maybe someone else will pick it up. Maybe Disney might pick it up. So it would fit in really well actually on Disney Plus, even Apple TV, Amazon. Someone out there, please get in touch with Jeff Smith, so we can finally get Bone on the screen. What have I watched this week? Moon Knight continued, fourth episode it was this week on Disney Plus. And yeah, it's a really good show. I'm really enjoying it. I've said before, I think it was Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke said that what attracted them to it was that it didn't really fit in or with the continuity of the MCU. And yeah, I can't think of anything except I think last episode they mentioned Madripoor, the fictitious place in the Marvel universe they went to in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think it's the only real reference to anything at all. This week's episode was like a Indiana Jones homage, which was absolutely fantastic. I love Indiana Jones and adventure stuff. I've said before, so it was a lot of having shenanigans in tombs in the Egyptian desert, which I loved. And then it goes absolutely. I won't give any spoilers if you've not seen it. But then at the end of the episode, just suddenly takes a massive tilt. And goes off in a completely different direction, almost a bit more like Legion, that sort of thing, which is great. Oscar Isaac is still killing it with the multiple personalities that he's got is very good. Ethan Hawke's great as the bad guy. Really enjoying Moon Knight. I think only 2 episodes left. I think it's only a 6-episoder. So I can't see. I don't think we're going to get the sort of big cameos that we usually expect. From the MCU that someone will suddenly come in and lead off into another story. It seems very self-contained. So it'll be interesting to see where they do go with that. I binged the whole of Pacific Rim: The Black this week as well. It's the second and final season of Netflix's animation show. They probably would have cancelled it afterwards anyway, by the sounds of it. So it did actually finish properly. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. The animation style is good. I like Pacific Rim, and it's good what they're doing. The show expands on sort of the mythos of the Pacific Rim world. They do some good world building. It's not just big robots smashing big monsters is obviously a big part of it and a big part of the fun. But obviously with the drift and way the pilots control the Jaegers, and then they've done stuff in Pacific Rim Uprising, the sequel movie, which I actually really enjoyed. It was a lot more fun than it had any right to be. The stuff they did with drifting with kaiju as well, and this sort of element has been brought into it. The various comic books that there's been, they're doing some good world building. You've got this whole cult of sort of kaiju worshippers, which was touched on in the original film a little bit. But yeah, Pacific Rim: The Black, we've got this cult sort of living out in the outback. And controlling kaiju, so it's good. So now you've got smaller kaiju, so you can have a more personal battle. It's not just giant robots. You can have smaller battles with people, with the smaller creatures as well. Saying obviously this cult is controlling them, and Boy, the character from season 1, who can become actually transform and become a kaiju, something to do with his DNA having been grafted with theirs and things like that. So yeah, they're doing some interesting stuff. And so it's a shame it's finished. It was good that we did get an ending. Hopefully it will get continued some other way. It's ripe. Animated show works. Say comic books really work. A live action TV show would be great. But it's going to cost a lot of money. Obviously, with the effects work, I could imagine you would lose a lot of the big Jaeger kaiju battles if it did go to TV. I think it'd be one of those, um, one of those series is based on a film where you suddenly lose a lot of the big stuff and it concentrates on something else. Rhys Darby turned up. There was an absolute nutter bunyip man living in the middle of the outback. It was played by Rhys Darby, who I absolutely love, and he did a good job there. Yeah, Pacific Rim of the Black, give it a go. So it's only 2 seasons on Netflix. If you like giant monsters and giant robots, you can't go wrong there. That's about it from me this week. So yeah, long may the sunshine continue. I hope things are good where you are. I hope you're well. And until next time, eat, geek, and be merry.